All right, everyone, the propagandists in the legacy media are still going at it. Yes, with regards to bird flu, this time cats can infect you. So cows, goats, chickens, cats, dogs, I think actually. Pretty much everything that you can eat or be a companion to can give you bird flu, right? None of this is reflected, at least any significant note, in CDC data, which I would note is the gold standard for YouTube video TOS, so don't ban me, bro. I'm just trusting the science. According to actual science, to the public officials, there is a very low order of probability that you're going to get bird flu from casual interaction with any particular animal. There's an extremely low order of probability that you're going to get it from your milk, because it's pasteurized. I would note the WCAX article that aired a couple of weeks ago. I remember I saw it on TV. My mom has WCAX on out there. I was just out there, on the breezeway, and they were reporting, a new study shows that pasteurization may not completely denature the avian flu virus. Then they proceeded to say, but this study didn't actually do the full pasteurization process at all. And I was chuckling about that. And some people saw the first part of that broadcast, they didn't see the latter. Again, lie by structure. You can do that on TV and radio, not just in newsprint. It's just a little bit harder and less effective. Try getting a person to give up Mr. Vittles because they think that they're going to get bird flu from their poos. That's probably not going to happen. Cat owners tend to be a really hardened block of individuals. I know this myself. I have multiple cats on 2 different continents, actually. I'm not giving up Mr. Vittles because Mr. Vittles might eat a bird and then I get sick. I literally couldn't care less. You're not understanding the mentality, I think, of cat or dog owners. As far as the meat and the milk and cheese and things like that, I'm not giving that up either. I'm not scared of H1N5, I think it is, the bird flu that's going around. I'm not worried about drinking milk. I'm not going to stop doing that because milk is tasty. I'm not going to stop eating beef because beef is tasty. I'm not going to stop eating goat or lamb or anything else. I'm also not going to stop eating bird species, although I will admit chicken is good if it's prepared properly. Nice roast chicken, or something like that. But I'm not a huge fan overall. I'll stick with the beef mainly, or the bacon, Pigs, supposedly, they can get avian flu as well and give it to human beings. But there's been exactly 1 case of that happening, so I'm not too worried about it. The big problem that has been identified is the possibility that it jumps from one of these animals, mutates, and becomes more transmissible human to human. But that hasn't happened. But they're astroturfing as though that's going to be a thing, as though it's inevitable, it's guaranteed to happen. Don't drink milk, don't eat meat, so you should eat the bugs and live in the pod, basically. And no cats allowed for you now, at this point either. No thank you. I don't think that's a world that I want to live in. I have to eat mealyworms and I'm not allowed to own a cat? No thanks. I think I speak for the majority of people, by the way, on this particular subject. The idea that an animal can get infected with a virus, or at least can transmit it, and therefore you should avoid them, led to disaster, actually, back during the Hong Kong last pandemic, which we will not name for YouTube TOS guidelines, because I'm no longer sure exactly what I'm supposed to say. Do you remember that time that the mink farmers in Denmark culled their entire herd of 3 or 4 million mink or something like that? And then instead of incinerating them, which would be, in the case of contagion, generally a good idea, they decided to have a mass burial. But then the mink started rotting and all the gas burped up and there were rotting mink everywhere. That was really great, by the way, for human health. That didn't cause any secondary disease. I'm just thinking about how grotesque it must have looked. Like a scene from World War II on steroids. 4 million dead mink burping up out of the ground sporadically in little mink volcanoes. It must have been quite something. This is the sort of thing that paranoia causes in the human population. They make dumb decisions, they make stupid mistakes. The fact is that we don't have to be afraid of bird flu. It's a disease of interest. it is potentially very lethal to human beings. You're talking about a death rate above 10%, so that could be a big problem. But you don't have any cases, to my knowledge, of human-to-human transmission. You don't have any recognized vector from animal products, generally, because normally they are cooked. And the avian flu virus, the bird flu, is not good at dealing with heat. So my recommendation would generally be cook your food and, make sure your milk is pasteurized. Ta-da! Well, we've just solved the problem. If there's no animal-to-human pipeline beyond farm workers, you don't really have to worry that much. And that would be the only worry. People that are working in a dairy farm or a pork farm or something like that, some of them will be infected by this virus. But it was there to begin with. This is not a novel... this was not a lab leak situation. It's not novel in any way. It's already been around for a long time. It's been occasionally infecting humans. Eventually, it might mutate and become human-to-human transmission and kill a bunch of people. That is entirely possible. But it's not remarkably possible at any given moment because of the vector of transmission being so scant. So go ahead and drink your milk. It's safe. Pasteurized milk has been cleared by all of the trust the science authorities. You can actually drink milk. You don't have to worry about getting the bird flu. You can have a cat. The cat is probably not going to drag in the one infected sparrow in the neighborhood and make you sick. It's possible. But it's like a 1 in a million chance. So it's like, why worry about it? The benefit of quarantining all these animals or incinerating them is certainly not worth the cost. Okay, yeah, we just destroyed the dairy industry, the pork industry, and the meow meow cat owners industry at the same time, probably causing a civil war in the process as we went door to door trying to confiscate people's cats. But that's okay, we kept 2 people from getting sick. I don't think that's going to go over so well. Methinks otherwise. That's about all. Peace out.